Transmission. The eliminator transmission system is a 5-speed manual type. Construction of transmission. The eliminator transmission constitutes input shaft, first, fifth, third, fourth and second input gears. Output shaft, first, fifth, third, fourth and second output gears. Shift gears, drive chain and forks. Working of transmission. In the neutral position, when the engine starts, all gears except the fifth input and fifth output gear rotate. Since none of the gears actually mesh with the output shaft does not rotate, but the input shaft rotates, and hence power flow is not complete. For the first gear, fork 79 moves right on the output shaft, thereby engaging the dog teeth on the fifth output gear with the first output gear. Since the fifth output gear is integral with the output shaft, power gets transferred from the input shaft to the first input gear, then to the first output gear, to the fifth output gear, and finally to the output shaft. For the second gear, when the gear is changed to second, fork 79 moves left on the output shaft, thereby engaging the second output gear with the output shaft. Therefore, when the power flows from the input shaft to the second input gear, it gets transferred to the second output gear, and via the shift gear, power gets transferred to the output shaft. Third gear. When we change to third gear, the 78th fork moves left and engages the fifth output gear with the third output gear. Thus power from the input shaft is passed through the third input gear to third gear on the output shaft. From there it is transferred to the fifth output gear, output shaft, and finally to the rear wheel. In the case of the fourth gear, when we change to the fourth gear, 79 fork slips and moves the shift gear, engaging it with the fourth output gear. Hence power transferred from the input shaft flows to the fourth input gear, to the fourth output gear, and then via the shift gear to the output shaft. Hence power transferred from input shaft flows to the fourth input gear, to the fourth output gear, and then via the shift gear to the output shaft. In the case of the fifth gear, when we change to the fifth gear, the 80 fork slips and moves the integral third and fourth gear on the input shaft, engaging it with the fifth input gear. Hence power transferred from the input shaft flows to the third and the fourth input gears and then to the fifth input gear. Power is then transferred to the fifth output gear and then to the output shaft.